I'm going to consider this a mini vlog for today. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been sick. I started with a sore throat and it continued to develop to get worse and worse. Then last weekend it started to kind of hit like mucusy. It was dry. It was a very dry sore throat for a week. Then it began to get mucusy. I started to get ear pain. My nose feels kind of stuffed up, not really runny, but just stuffy. And then I started to get really lightheaded. So I had been advised to get a blood pressure monitor because my new primary doctor wasn't too fond of my figures when I last saw her. Peep Ariana's use of a gallon-sized bag for her tiny tooth. It's on display for a reason on my fridge. But so I've been monitoring my blood pressure, and since I wasn't feeling well, I knew that it was likely to be impacting my blood pressure. So Monday night, my blood pressure hit well over 160 over 100, and it's continued to spike. It goes back down and then it goes back up, but it doesn't really stay at that ideal 120, 180 range or lower. So I've been kind of concerned about that and trying to get opinions. I've been trying to get opinions from my doctors and just trying to figure out. So with COVID, okay, excuse me. So with COVID, everything just has gotten. I need you to be quiet. Yes, you can sit.
I'm just sitting on that.
Okay, sit on my lap. So with COVID, everything has just. I need you to be quiet. So with COVID, everything has been complicated because anytime that you're sick, even though you may be regular sick, everything has to be kind of trial and error, make sure that you don't actually have COVID before you are brought into a regular doctor's office. So calling this week to follow up. So last week, we were already scheduled to get COVID tested because of So with COVID, everything has just been more complicated because they stop bringing you in until they rule out everything about you possibly having COVID. So since last week, I have had 2 COVID tests, 2 strep tests, a strep culture. I've seen 2 sets of nurses, 2 sets of doctors to just kind of go through and figure out what's going on. Sunday, normally I go to church. I couldn't go to church last Sunday. I could barely even talk. I mean, you can hear my voice still now. It's still not great. I'm on the mend for sure, but I'm still not great. So after all has been said and done, I'm not COVID positive. I don't have strep. It's just regular sickness, but I couldn't get in to see my regular doctor. But I was concerned because my blood pressure had been really high Monday night and I could feel it. And obviously I've been monitoring it. And I'm not overly monitoring because I don't want to cause that stress when I'm already feeling the symptoms physically. So what I've been doing is I'll check it in the morning, I'll check it around midday, and then I'll check it probably before bed or later in the evening just to make sure, kind of see what my food intake has been, what if I've had any stressors like at work or anything like that, just kind of see where I'm at. Also, if I start to feel somewhat pressure or lightheaded or kind of like a little bit woozy, I'll check it then just to make sure to see where my figures are, just to kind of have something to report back to the doctor. So this has been just a meticulous tracking process because I have a physical with her in a week and a half. So I'm just trying to sort everything out, see where I've been. Obviously being sick has probably contributed to some of this. So I'm hoping that all of this subsides over the next few days so that I can have like a week of normal readings for her just to explain during sickness and not. But it's concerning. So like this morning I've had other issues. So if you guys know, I had an injury in August where my car trunk door swung back open and I ended up with a mild concussion. And then 2 months later, I fell down an entire flight of stairs on our way to take family pictures. So my brain's been rattled some. I've been having some memory issues, which I don't really like to bring up to everybody about my woes because I'm functioning fine. My family's fine. I'm healthy. I'm fine. It's just I've had some memory recall issues for newer things. Like the things that I've done forever are engraved in there that I can do, but I found myself driving and forgetting that I was supposed to stop at the market, or which can happen to anybody, but it's just been a consistent issue. I'm usually a list maker in my mind, and I can just go about my business and check off the list as I go. I honestly can't rely on my memory right now to remember all the things that I need to do. So I have to text myself, I have to set countless calendar reminders and all these things just to make sure that I don't forget something that I need to be doing. So this morning I actually got a brain MRI. That was ordered by my neurologist to see if there was anything going on. He doesn't believe that there should be. And to be honest, I hadn't really thought much about it until I was in there today. Just kind of breathing and hoping that my BP would stay regulated so that I wasn't going to freaking panic in this machine. And the only thing that I could think of was, oh my God, what if there is something wrong? But, I'm just placing it all in the hands of God and just praying that everything's fine there. And I feel like I'm slowly making a recovery finally. It's been months. And he did mention if there's nothing that he can see in the scans, it's really just a waiting game. So, just checking in, letting you guys know where I stand, just sharing a little bit about my current journey. There's a lot of things that are on the horizon for 2021 and things that I need to get a handle on, medically, physically, for myself, things that I want to do and be able to achieve. And just 2020 definitely took a toll for myself. It took a toll in our family. There's been a lot of loss, and it's just kind of like constant heartache. There's constant sadness. But through all of that, I've also seen just the amazing grace and love of God. And this is just a friendly reminder that even if you're going through it, which I know a lot of you are, or a lot of you have already gone through it and you're kind of on the mend now, just know you're not alone. Just know that we are all enduring our journey, and all we can do is just be kind to one another and be there for one another. Show up where you can, how you can. I know with COVID it's been really stressful, and like for myself, I'm used to being with my family all the time, and anytime anybody's sick, then it's like we lock down again. Don't see anybody, don't go anywhere, don't do anything. And it becomes really shut in life, which we're not typically used to. And it's been almost a year of this. So it's definitely taking its toll on mental health, emotional health. So just hang in there, reach out if you need somebody to talk to. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind, say what's on your heart. Because we're all just navigating through the hot mess that 2020 left us. And I just want to give you guys a reminder, I'm a person of faith. I'm a believer, and I just know that in my darkest times, in my worst moments, I know that I've seen God truly pull through and just show his miraculousness through very mundane things that just come about, that work out, that put themselves, that fit right in. And I'm continuing to believe and having faith that that's what's going to happen and end up being, with all of the situations that I've been enduring since August. But I just want to remind you that he's there for you too. Just like he's been there for me, he can be there for you, and has been there for you. And I just want you to know that you're not alone. God loves you. I love you. If I know you, I love you. And if I've never met you and you're hearing these words, I love you. Because you know what? God is love. And if he is love, then we are an extension of him. And whatever it is that you may be going through, I just pray that God give you the strength, bring you the peace, bring you the joy, and just the solace to understand, and the comfort to be able to endure whatever situation in your life you're going through. So this is it. Sorry it's a little bit extended. I didn't mean it to be this long, but I just hope that you are blessed, that you have an amazing day, week, year, month, that the upcoming days of your life will be the greatest days of your life, that 2021 will be a beautiful year of victory and beautiful things for your life. So from Zori, the worship leader, mama, wife, crazy head injury girl. God bless you. Love you. Take care.